Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi. It is Breeders' Cup Saturday. And of course, come out. We have live racing here at Parx. So full card, fun day of racing. You can come catch that. Then catch the Breeders' Cup. Of course, all the action will be in California. And the big story is Sovereignty, the Kentucky Derby winner, scratching. What happened?
So what happened was, Dani, apparently late Monday night into Tuesday morning, he developed a fever, and they treated it, hoping that it would go away. He didn't go to the track, and it did not go away. He worked on Monday, and then they waited about 24 hours, and Bill Mott announced like he wasn't going to be able to make it. And it's really unfortunate because we've been waiting for this race the whole year, right? Sovereignty, Derby winner, Belmont, Jim Dandy, Travers in a row, and each one a dominant win, and you wanted to see him against all the best horses in the country. So really disappointing because he was the headliner of this Breeders' Cup, but it happens in horse racing. It's unfortunate. You can't run them. They can't tell you how they feel. He might actually feel fine, and he might have been able to run fine, but you just can't take that kind of a chance in this game. And Bill Mott talked about it. Look, he's been in this situation before. Unfortunate, but here it is. Here's Bill.
Seems to be doing well this morning. His temp's down to just one tick above normal, and he looks bright and looks pretty good. But he's definitely out of the Breeders' Cup. I mean, there's no, he'll be scratched.
And of course, we look forward to Sovereignty getting back to full health, and hopefully we'll see him back on the track because he's such a fierce competitor. But it's still a great field that shaped up for this classic. Let's talk about a few of the horses. We have our Pennsylvania Derby winner, Baeza, Fierceness. What are your thoughts?
Well, look, we got the 1, 2, 3 from the classic last year, right? They're all back. That never happens, right? Sierra Leone won it, followed by Fierceness and Forever Young. We got Journalism, the Preakness winner, Santana Derby winner, the Haskell winner, and we have Baeza, of course, our Pennsylvania Derby winner. So it's a really good field, Dani. Before the scratch of Sovereignty, this group had won 14 Grade 1 races combined just this year and like $42 million in earnings. So it's some field. It's still really good. We're able to catch up with a couple of the trainers in here. Our man, Michael McCarthy, has been very helpful to everybody all year long. Of course, he's got Journalism, and John Sheriff has Baeza. He's
made his first start about a year ago. He's been very professional since the time he walked in the door in June of his 2-year-old year. But, he's just a very classy, very straightforward individual. The time off between the Pacific Classic and the Breeders' Cup Classic has done him well. He couldn't look any better. Seems to be thriving down here.
Not thrilled about the post, right? You always want a horse to have a little bit of room. Now you're down in the 2-hole, and they have the 1, and so often they will kind of crunch down towards that 1 to try to make the rail a little bit, get close to the rail. So I don't know. I just hope everybody breaks straight and get a position.
Yeah, well, it'll be really cool to root on our Pennsylvania Derby winner and the 3-year-olds, right? Baeza and Journalism against the older horses. It's going to be a great race. Of course, DJ and I are going to have our selections later in the card, but it is going to be a race day to remember.
It always is. Love the Breeders' Cup. My favorite 2 days. Yesterday is over, but this is all about today.
Well, let's get to some local racing here at Parx, and this was our Parx picks, Monday's 8th race. Let's talk about your pick. It was from the one post Shipping In Hout.
Yeah, Ricky Dutrow, Kendrick Carmouche just thought on the numbers coming from, been in New York, been training at Belmont, would fit the race really nicely.
Yeah, and I selected Margin of Error. Look, I'm very familiar with this horse. Hugo Padilla now has him for Adam Russo. He was a big owner back in the day. He's getting back into horse racing. He's got himself a nice horse.
Yeah, this horse gets claimed every time he runs 6 times out of the last 8 races, in for 40,000 today.
Cool to see this PA bred back in Pennsylvania. Here it is, Monday's 8th.
Concealed Carry. He leads the way, hits the top of the stretch with the lead. On the outside, it's Margin of Error. Then it's Holton for the outside, Tuskegee Airman, and at the back, Expensive Cut and Concealed Carry. Keeping Margin of Error at bay for now. They continue on down the backstretch, 24-4, and Concealed Carry doing it well within himself. He's let out a notch, opens up a little bit over Margin of Error, makes a move to go right with him. Holton, he's in 3rd, Tuskegee Airmen 4th. Expensive Cut still at the back in the order, remains unchanged. They are chasing Concealed Carry, who's doing it comfortably. They head into the far turn now. Concealed Carry goes through the half, 48-2. Concealed Carry leads the way. Margin of Error continues on in 2nd. Holton under a drive in 3rd, trying to close that gap. Then it's Tuskegee Airmen. Expensive Cut. Concealed Carry. Now he's being asked for a little bit more. They go around the far turn, and Margin of Error looms to his outside with a 1/4 mile to go. Concealed Carry fights on. Margin of Error full of runs. They hit the top of the stretch, and Margin of Error takes over from Concealed Carry, who fights on. Holton down the center of the track. On the far outside, Tuskegee Airmen. It's Margin of Air, who's opening up comfortably now. Holton's chasing, but Margin of Air just full of run to the 16th left. And Margin of Air and Andy Hernandez, they're going to win in an absolute romp.
How about DJ and I giving out the exact? And Margin of Air got the win over Houghton, and Margin of Air just looked fabulous. This is a horse that really gives his all every race, and great to see the owners get some action back in the game. Houghton was claimed out of this race, so we'll see him regularly at Parx.
Yeah, Houghton was claimed by 10 Strike, Carlos Guerrero. Also, Tuskegee Airmen was claimed by Manchito for 40. So people were throwing some money around in this race, but Margin of Air was a dominant winner by almost 5 at the wire.
Yeah, good pick by Danny. All right, time for our first break. When we come back, more racing from Parx, and we're going to talk Breeders' Cup on Let's Go Racing.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
We've got your new Ford right here at Chapman Ford of Horsham. Looking for a new Bronco Sport? We've got them. Maybe a new Escape? Got plenty. Want a new Explorer? We have them too. Maybe you have your eye on a new F-150. Huge selection for you. If it's a new Bronco you've wanted, you are in luck. How about an EV? The Mach-E and F-150 Lightning are both in stock. And with great lease terms and low APR financing available, we can help you get the new Ford you want. Chapman Ford of Horsham.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Great show today. Let's get to some more races from Parx. This is Tuesday's 9th race, a mile distance optional claiming a few in for that $50,000, $52,000 on the line, and the favorite Feeling Woozy, Jamie Ness.
Yeah, 4 to 5, Jamie Ness, Ruben Silvera has some speed, has the rail.
And this second choice has really shocked me. Real Sensation. This horse has been shipping in. He looks fabulous again.
3 to 1 on your second choice. Let's see how he does.
Here it is. Tuesday's 9th.
Feeling Woozy, Real Sensation, about a length back. He's in second. Then it's Latta. Off of that bit of a layoff, he's third. Big gap back to Golden Ice. After that alert beginning, Deposition, he is keen. He's really tugging on the reins, moving into that 4th spot. Praetorian Guard, he is now 6th and last. Feeling Woozy has that lead. Real Sensation presses the issue. Half a length back as they go through an opening quarter. 24 flat. Feeling Woozy, Real Sensation. Latta getting a little bit closer. He's about 2.5 lengths back. He's in third. Then it's Golden Ice and Deposition. Those two moving in tandem, trying to close that gap from off the pace. Praetorian Guard's going to have his work cut out for him today. He is well at the back. Feeling Woozy continues to hold that lead. Under pressure to the outside from Real Sensation. Latta continues on in third. Golden Ice and Deposition. Those two still trying to sustain their rallies. And Praetorian Guard at the back. 47 and 4. And Feeling Woozy let out a notch. He's opening up a bit over Real Sensation, who's trying to keep up in second. Latta, 2 lengths back. He's in third. Golden Ice, he's gotten the cue. He is skimming the rail and making up some ground. Deposition's 5th. That's Praetorian Guard still at the back. And Feeling Woozy hits the top of the stretch. He has had the persistent presence of Real Sensation throughout. Is now up to confront him. Golden Ice continues his ascent up the inside. Latta's going with him, and Real Sensation puts his nose in front from Feeling Woozy. Golden Ice continues to rally. Real Sensation, Golden Ice now the main danger, coming up the inside. Golden Ice, he's going to keep that hot streak alive. Golden Ice over Real Sensation.
Golden Ice came up the rail. Francisco Martinez and this horse will really click for owner trainer Ben Dunn and Chris Mancusi. And just, I actually give this out on my Danny's pick. I love this horse, and but I really want to give credit to Real Sensation, the second place horse. He gave everything.
He was the best horse in the race. No offense to the actual winner, but I mean, he was battling with the 4 to 5 shot the whole way, took the lead late, won the battle, lost the war. Golden Ice right up the rail for Ben Dunn.
I agree. Well, let's get to Wednesday's 9th race. This was almost like a small stakes race right here at Parx. Optional claiming $100,000. They're running for $55,000, 6 furlongs. And our favorite is Twisted Ride. He's back post 1.
What a cool horse, going for his 10th lifetime win and his 36th lifetime start, Danny. And these 6 horses after the scratch of Maximus Meridius, a combined earnings of $3 million, to your point about this being a mini stake.
What a cool field it is. Here it is, Wednesday's 9th.
Twisted Ride up to take the lead from Bernie's Mitts as they head on down the backstretch, a half mile to go. Twisted Ride battles it out. Bernie's Mitts, Scaramouche, he's in third to the outside. River Dog, it's Bump and Run, Smooth B, those two are at the back. 22 and 1, they head into the far turn. Twisted Ride in tandem with Bernie's Mitts. Nothing separates the top two. Bump and Run from off the pace. He's making a move now. He's in fifth and gaining on the top two. River Dog holds that third spot for now. That Scaramouche, Smooth B, and Twisted Ride and Bernie's Mitts continue to slug it out. The half 45 and 2 on the inside. Twisted Ride, Bernie's Mitts running a big race to his outside. River Dog down the center of the track, trying to get in gear, Bump and Run. Twisted Ride trying to fend off Bernie's Mitts, who's going very wide. He is drifting out, but Twisted Ride has taken over now at the 16th left. Twisted Ride, Bernie's Mitts hanging tough, but it's going to beat the very classy Twisted Ride.
Well, Twisty is back. That's Twisted Ride for the win for my friends with KCK Racing and Michael Day in final turn, and just really thrilled to see this horse back into form.
When he gets in a fight, and he was in a fight with Bernie's Mitts the whole way around, he's just hard to beat under those circumstances. Bernie's Mitts started to bear out a little bit in the stretch. Twisted Ride kept running straight. Another win, and continues now. As we said last week, he's won more money for Michael Moore than any horse he's ever had in the barn.
Pretty cool. He's a Pennsylvania bred as well. Well, let's talk about the Breeders' Cup Distaff. So this is our fillies and mares. They go a mile and an eighth, and of course, no Torpedo Anna this year. She retired. But let's talk about Nitrogen from Mark Cassie. What are your thoughts on her?
Well, we're interested in her, Danny, but we're really interested in Clico and Dry Powder, who ran 1-2 here in the Cotillion. We also have Gunsong, who was second in the Cotillion last year. But yeah, Nitrogen, probably the 3-year-old filly champ at the moment. But she's got a tough hombre to beat in here in Seismic Beauty, the Bob Baffert, who's going to be the favorite in the race. But we were able to catch up with Mark Cassie, the trainer of Nitrogen, and our man Brendan Walsh, who won the Cotillion with Clico.
She's coming off a big win in the Cotillion last time out. Just what have you seen from her bouncing out of that race?
Yeah, she seems like she improves all the time. You know, her races have obviously improved every run, and I think she's probably going to improve again. She's in, like I said, she's in great order physically and mentally.
Having seen her defeat the likes of Good Cheer, Lucara, Scottish Lassie in their last race, does that give you confidence moving into a race like the Distaff?
Absolutely, yeah. Listen, it does, of course. Like I said, we felt that she's improved through the year. You know, it's a big question again now to take on older fillies. She's going to have to step up again, but we feel that she can.
It's interesting. You know, I was looking at some of her numbers yesterday, Thorograph numbers. It's amazing, really, how much better she is on the dirt. When you look at her record, she's done so well on the grass, but her last Thorograph number was as good as anybody. So she's thriving. We're ready.
And of course, I'll be rooting for our fillies that came out of the Cotillion and hoping to see them do big on the big stage out there. And we're going to have more on the Breeders' Cup later in the show. But let's get to some national races as we go to Santa Anita for the Tokyo City Cup 1 mile. And Privman, named for your good friend Jay Privman, is the favorite.
Yeah, he's 4-5. He comes out third in the Grade 1 Goodwood, Danny, and now he's back in just an open stake for $85,000. And Bob Baffert has always liked this horse. We'll see how he does in this spot.
All right, here it is.
Around the first turn, and it will be Pony Express to set the pace with Privman right off his flank. 3.5 more back to Mining District in third, and then 2 to Gaming. 6 furlongs to run. Umberto Rispoli and Pony Express lead by half a length. Juan Hernandez and Privman second. Now it's 6 lengths back to Mining District, and Gaming inching up outside of him. 4.5 furlongs to go, and Pony Express the controlling speed. Leads it just under a length to Privman. Now it's 8 lengths back to Gaming in third and Mining District. No change in the running order. Pony Express remains the target to the 3/8 pole. Privman 3/4 back. Hernandez asks him to get closer second. Gap of almost 10 to Gaming by himself in third, and then Mining District. Passing the 5/16 mark. Pony Express starts to shake loose now, opens up more than 2 lengths on Privman. Another half dozen to Gaming in third. They're at the top of the stretch, and Pony Express with a 4-length lead. Privman trying his best second, followed by Gaming in third. Mid-stretch, Pony Express in front by 4 lengths. Pribman is giving it his all and taking a final crack at him, and here he comes. Here comes Pribman on the outside, and Pribman runs down Pony Express.
Well, Pribman lays it down and gets the win. The son of Justify with Juan Hernandez, who's become a regular rider for Bob Baffert. But great to see this colt get this win.
Looked like he had no chance right at the 8th pole. Pony Express is out there by himself. He's 3 in front, and here comes Pribman. Gets a 99 buyer, closing on that triple-digit mark. Look out for Pribman as a 4-year-old. He could be very dangerous.
Great to see Jay in the picture. Well, let's get to some 2-year-olds. Kentucky Derby Dreamin'. We're going to go to Churchill Downs. It's the Grade 3 Street Sense, $200,000, a mile and 16th. This is for the boys. This was last Sunday, and our favorite Universe, Kenny McPeak, trainer.
Yeah, ran behind Napoleon Solo in the Champagne, ran a pretty good third. Blinkers off for Kenny, and I know he has high hopes for this 2-year-old.
Yeah, big field here. Going to take a stab with the name Ganaz. Andrew McKeever, second choice.
Yeah, and the reason we're showing this race, this is the race Sovereignty won last year. This is the one where he was announced as like, hey, you want to keep an eye on this horse for next year.
Well, maybe we'll find another Sovereignty. Here it is, the Street Sense.
The opening quarter was 24-1. Ganas leads, but the favorite Universe is pressing. They're 1-2-5 furlongs out. They've opened up a bit now. Ganas inside of Universe, continuing in tandem to the half-mile pole. Bricklin just off them, outside of Vost. Vost trying to come off the rail a bit there. I did, starts to muster up a rally and quickly moves up into third. I did, is on the march. Up into third and right into contention in a matter of strides. And farther back, Incredible begins to roll. Now fourth on the outside. Bricklin and Vost are going the wrong way. Very Connected is at the back of the pack. 3 of them across the track as I come for the top of the stretch. Ganas and Universe, I did. Trying to sustain that rally. They're off the turn. Ganas and Universe continue in tandem for long to go. Incredible's going to try and pick them up late. Fourth, now third, and targeting the top 2. 16th to go, and here comes Incredible. Incredible is a last to first. Flashy winner of the Street Sense.
Incredible gets the win with, we know this jockey, Jaime Torres. He used to ride here. He won the PA Derby on Seize the Gray. Riley Mott, the son of Bill Mott. Great to see his stable on the rise.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, obviously a son of Bolt Doro. That's why we have Incredible. 81 buyer. Does not look like Sovereignty to me at the moment, but we have a long way to go. We shall see, and we're going to get the fillies in a second. And keep in mind, this went 1 second faster than the fillies that are coming up in a second.
Let's talk about the 2-year-old fillies in the Rags to Riches Stakes. Last Sunday at Churchill Downs, a mile and 16th. And our favorite is Life of Joy with Brad Cox, who is another promising 2-year-old.
Yeah, first-time starter in Indianapolis. Went by almost 15 lengths, so pretty impressive. Got a 73 buyer. See what you can do today.
The Grumpy Rabbit, trainer Kenny McPeak, and I'd love to know where this name comes from. It's a really cute name for a Not This Time filly.
Yeah, it was third in the Alcibiades behind 2 horses that ran yesterday in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies.
Well, Rags to Riches is a popular filly. Here is her stake named after her.
The Grumpy Rabbit is out there loose on the lead. It's a 1-length advantage. Josie Joe stalking second. Life of Joy shadows them third. Tear It At My Heart, save ground inside first, turn fourth behind an opening quarter at a pokey 25 seconds flat. The Grumpy Rabbit is cruising out there. Josie Joe nudged along to keep pace. Life of Joy just waiting in third. Tear It At My Heart continues on behind them fourth. America the Great has come off the rail and goes outside fifth, forcing Go To Girl farther out into the track. Nonetheless, she started to muster up some rallies as they hit the far turn. The Grumpy Rabbit still in front, 3 furlongs to go. Life of Joy is now a clear second and is coming after the Grumpy Rabbit. They're 1-2. Go To Girl with a big move on the far turn is third and in contention. And America the Great heads over to the rail. They're off the turn. The Grumpy Rabbit confronted by Life of Joy. These two shoulder to shoulder for long to go. The Grumpy Rabbit is a stubborn foe. Life of Joy trying to push on by. They're right together at the 8th pole. Life of Joy short lead, and now she's getting away. Life of Joy's up for the lead, and she's going to do it. Life of Joy is a 2-length winner in the end.
All right, Life of Joy gets the win. Of course, the favorite ran 1-2, the Grumpy Rabbit second, but Brad Cox and Irad Ortiz teamed up here.
Yeah, look, 2 for 2 is all that, but no numbers yet. We'll see what you can do as a 3-year-old. Late developing 2-year-old didn't get started until the 2nd of October.
Well, let's get to another break. When we come back, we're going to dive into the Breeders' Cup Sprint, Jockey and Trainer of the Week, and more racing.
The photo finish. A split second, frozen in time, years in the making. The early mornings, the late nights, sweat, tears, and grit. The moment the crown falls on the king's head for all to see. What's a picture really worth? That depends on what you wager.
My team at Parx Online Sportsbook and Casino has a great offer for new users. Download the Parx app, open a new account, and get up to $50 back on your first sports bet if it doesn't win. Plus, you'll get a Parx bonus box with 50 Parx coins and 50 bonus spins on the Parx Collect 'em online slot game. For details, visit betparx.com.
Welcome back. We are here on Let's Go Racing, and let's turn our attention to this week's Jockey of the Week honors. Congratulations, apprentice Brian Torres, who had a breakout week with multiple wins, making him our Jockey of the Week, sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Well, who had a good week? Let's turn our attention to the Trainer of the Week, brought to you by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Congratulations, Harry Weiner. His barn's been on a roll lately, making him our Trainer of the Week, sponsored by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Now it's time for another Turning for Home family photo, and we've been talking about the Retired Racehorse Project. Well, this is Mr. Doda out there with his adopter Desi Freeman, and they made the finals in eventing. Mr. Doda lives with another Turning for Home alumni, Spooky Island, down in Maryland, where you're from.
Of course, what could be better than the Free State? We love Maryland.
Well, let's get to best of the rest. This is the PTHA Trophy Race, Tuesday's 6th race, and keep an eye on the ever-cool Nay Dude getting his 13th win.
Yeah, been with the pace the whole time. It's Lucky Dude and Nay Dude. It's the Dude race here between the 2 and the 5, and Nay Dude's going to end up cutting up about a half a length right at the wire.
Nice win for Ernesto Padilla Preciado. Well, let's talk about the Breeders' Cup Sprint and Grade 1, 6 furlongs. It's a great field. We have a couple horses that are familiar to Parx.
We have the last 2 Gallant Bob winners, right? This year's winner is in there. He's going to be a bit of a bomb, madhouse. But Ben Tornado, who won it last year and then ran 2nd in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, he's the morning line favorite, but that's not it in this race. We got the filly Copion. Dick Mandela made a late decision, kind of threw a curveball at everybody's whoa. And we had the defending champ, Straight No Chaser. This is some race, the Sprint for $2 million.
It's going to be one fast race, so don't blink your eye. Well, let's talk about the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. This is always shaping up to be a great race. A couple of notables in here. Mystic Dan, our Kentucky Derby winner, Nisos.
Yeah, it's going to be a very cool race. Second to last race on the card, you got the defending champ in Full Serrano. As you mentioned, you got Nisos for Bob Baffert, who really wanted to run in the Classic, but he missed some time. So he's in here. Mystic Dan, the Derby winner, always cool to see. And White Abarrio, another defending champ, but not from last year. He won the Classic a couple of years ago, so it's a loaded dirt mile. I think Nisos is going to go favorite off. When he runs really well, he's really hard to beat.
Well, let's see what the trainers have to say. This is the trainer of Mystic Dan, Kenny McPeak, and the trainer of White Abarrio, Safi Joseph.
I like the 2-turn mile better than a 1-turn mile for him because he's used to that routine. And I think if you've looked at some of his races at the mile marker, he's right there. And then the mile is probably more of a stallion race, and that's one of the things we're thinking about with him as opposed to the Classic. And the Classic's going to have a lot of depth to it. We're not scared of the Classic. We kind of know where he fits in the Classic. We think he's close to those. But I think the mile, and his sire won the mile, Golden Sense, so it's a chance for him to prove himself at the flat mile distance.
It's a 2-turn mile, which we think would be great for him. If he was to win the mile, it would add to his resume. I mean, obviously, he would like to win either one, and we'd be very happy if he wins the mile.
Is there a reason that you decided to go to the mile with him rather than put him back in the Classic?
Yeah, I mean, originally we're after we won the Pegasus, you're definitely thinking classic, but our campaign after that hasn't gone the way we want. I mean, so we have to kind of readjust to how we ran, and last time we were hoping for a big performance, and it was a mess.
All right, we're going to talk more about the Breeders' Cup, but anything else people should look out for? We're going to give our picks in the Classic later after this break.
Yeah, look, I think you want to watch all these races. They're all great, all 9 of them today, but the horse, I love Rebels Romance in the Turf. He's trying for his 3rd time to win the Turf. He won it a couple of years ago. He won it last year. He's now 7 years old. The World Traveler. We talked about all the countries. I wrote about all this on Let'sGoRacingParx.com, but if you tell me who's the coolest horse on the card, it's Rebels Romance.
Well, one well-traveled horse, that's for sure. We're going to go to another break. When we come back, of course, DJ and I will give our picks in the Classic, and we have more coming up on Let's Go Racing.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
This is Parx.
This is how you roll, this is how it goes. This is how you pop, this is how you rock. Take a chance, do a dance, little romance. This is how you. This is how you excite, this is how you all night. 360 hit me, now we're going all in. I can feel it calling, the crowd, the light, the night, the sights, the vibe is right. This is how you. This is
Parx, Pennsylvania's #1 casino experience. This is how you win.
All right, welcome back to Let's Go Racing. It's Breeders' Cup Day, of course, headlined by the Classic, the big race for $7 million. And look, I think it's a great field. My heart is rooting for Baeza, our PA Derby winner, but I'm going to go with Mind Frame. Todd Pletcher, Irad Ortiz. Look, he was wiped out last time when he fell off Irad, but I just like him, and I think he's going to be really strong.
He's a cool horse. Only horse ever to finish in front of Nisos, right? He beat him in the Churchill Downs on Derby Day when Nisos was coming off that long layoff. So he's certainly a contender. It's all bunch of them are a contender. The horse that I think is most likely to run well is Sierra Leone. I just don't know why he's going to run poorly, because he never does. Now, whether he's going to get there like he did last year, I don't know, but you're just saying, give me a horse that's probably going to be in the trifecta, Sierra Leone.
Oh, totally agree with you. All right, well, Thorpeda Anna, we've had so much fun watching her race. Retired. She was paraded by her trainer, Kenny McPeak, out at Keeneland, and of course, Churchill Downs the next day, but this is her at Keeneland in front of all of her fans in all her glory. She is absolutely amazing, and just so cool that Kenny did this.
Yeah, no doubt. Look, she's on her way to the Hall of Fame. What a career she had. Horse of the Year last year, cotillion winner. Doesn't get any better than that.
Here's more with her trainer on her retirement.
Dr. Bramlage came back, and she has a mild case of distal bone bruising. For those who don't know what that means, is where the cannon bone goes into the ankle joint. They can get a little sored up on that, and she obviously wasn't comfortable in a race. Maybe we should have picked it up pre-race, but she trained really well going into it. But you really don't know till they put a bad performance in, or you really don't want to look too hard in advance. But she trained great going into it, in our opinion, and she came out of it with this distal bone bruising. And it's minor stuff. 60 to 90 days, she'd be her old self, and you could put her right back in training.
Okay.
But the timing of everything is awkward. Let's get her filled out and, let her body kind of shift from racing, because she's a lean machine right now.
Yep.
And then we want to put some weight on her and let her rest, and that prepares her for conceiving, and hopefully we can get her on an early cover.
Well, what a send-off for that once-in-a-million filly. Really going to miss her, and she was so fun to root on. Check out our Gate to Wire this week. Bruce and I talked to the really fun owner, Steve Appel, Wire to Wire Racing. Nobody's more enthusiastic, and it was a great talk about horses, handicapping, and whatever. Didn't you love his picks on PA Derby Day?
Always. The orthodontist to the stars. Love Dr. Appel.
He certainly is. Well, come out. We have live racing today for Breeders' Cup. You don't want to miss it. We have 8 races. It's going to be a fun day, and watch the Breeders' Cup right here at Parx. Thanks for watching Dick and I, and we'll catch you next time on Let's Go Racing.
Off and racing in the Bet Parx Pennsylvania Derby in a flawless beginning, and seize the ray. He's going to seize the day in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Thorpedo Anna. 16th left to go. Thorpedo Anna The Grizzly has the heart of a lion. Torpedo Anna gets the win, a narrow victory in the cotillion.